啦，给你俺出那有娘的气，去到俺一30了我，东朝来这边咋子人没得。比门浪来小win子都得来他们比在山里小win中东得来日记比蹦哒三季比那么不叫个在为三把东三把干我的高一把的哪有娘的呀哪有娘的呀哪有娘的呀三把啦，看你俺出那用娘的我，去到俺一把接落的，晓得啦这边咋子是讨的。你比起来小一些个的嘞，他们比在碗里小一的有的嘞，日记比蹦哒，三季比那么不叫个人为么浪东土上，看我的高一辈的哪有娘的呀，哪有娘的呀，哪有娘的呀。
Thank you first of all for coming. Now I'm going to make a quick announcement. Please everyone, check that your phones are on silent. Check that your phones are on airplane mode. Turn them off. We have a very special film tonight. So let's check everyone's phones. Look to your left and right. Are they checking? Alright. It's more fun from here now. But before I begin, I want to say a very big, warm tashtere and welcome to Sikyongla. Please stand. And alongside him, Annie Yankila, representative of Yosef's Tibet. Please stand. And to her side, our Toktola, the one and only, Putunobu, please stand. Okay. Thank you everyone for your presence. And I'll now pass over to Hajakun Sangma. Thank you, everyone. Very quickly, when I did my thanks, I didn't thank the director himself for coming all this way. Shenpenn Khymsar, thank you. And I'd like to move on only because of time. There is a man who has made a special request. Dorje Wangyal, producer and partner with Shenpenn Khymsar, isn't able to be here because he has work in Tong, but he sends his many thanks. And it's great to see that the Tibetan community here in London feels so strongly about what is the story of his father. And I myself admire in him many things, one including the fact that as Tibetans growing up, we hear a lot of stories from our parents. It's quite uncommon to write them down. But this movie, thanks to Shenpenn and others, is a story with a message that when we write our parents' stories down, they're not just kept forever, but they can be transformed by other people. And with that, I'd like to pass over to Dorjela's daughter, Raesang Dalu.
Everyone. My Pala, Dorje Dalu, wrote and published his book, Flight at the Cuckoo's Behest, over 25 years ago, inspired by and dedicated to his own father, Kunga Samten Dalu, who served in the Chushi Gundru. It had long been his dream to bring this story to life on screen, and I'm incredibly proud that he and Shenpenn have made that a reality. In fact, both of my grandparents were part of the Chushi Gundru, and growing up, my brother, Kiga, and I were raised on stories of their bravery, perseverance, and unwavering loyalty to their country. I'll now share a brief excerpt from the foreword of the book written by His Holiness, the 14th Dalai Lama. All of this would be grounds for despondency, except that one element in Kunga Samten's story has not diminished, and that is the courage, resilience, and determination of the Tibetan character. He displayed a confidence and self-assurance that enabled him to succeed. Today, too, Tibetans' determination to regain our lost freedom burns strong. I have a personal debt of gratitude to Kunga Samten because he was the leader of those Tibetan guerrillas who led me and my party against great odds to safety here in India. Thank you.
I'd now like to welcome Sikyongla. Please, we would love your presence on the stage for a brief message to our people.
This was not in my schedule. I just arrived from India this afternoon. It looks like Shenpenn and we are telepathically traveling around together. Last time I was there in Toronto to watch this movie, and this is part of our history. So it's very important to let the world know what happened to Tibet and the turn of history when His Holiness had to flee to India, and the role the Chuchigandu Tenzin played in the escorting His Holiness up to the Indian border. So I've always been saying we have to know our history. This movie is a brief period of our history, but a very significant part of our history. So thank you very much, all of you, for coming to see this movie. And I want to appreciate Shenpenn Khymsar for doing this job. He's one of the young Tibetans who have ventured into movie making. This is his second movie, as far as I know. And he has been screening this movie all around the world and creating a lot of awareness on Tibetan history. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sikyongla. Before we watch the movie, there's one more person who needs to say a word, and it's the director himself, Shenpenn Khymsar.
Thank you. Firstly, let's give a big round of applause for these young, amazing Tibetans. We're looking at the future of Tibet, and it looks good to me. Thank you, Namgyal. You and Raesang and all the other volunteers, you guys have been working night and day, and I know there's been a lot of pressure, but you guys did a fantastic job. So thank you. We're a little behind schedule, so I'm not going to take much time. Gonda, I chose to speak in English because there's a lot of non-Tibetans here. So I hope there's no language polices around later, you know. So I just got here a couple hours ago myself, and like Kong Sikyongla mentioned, I have been on a world tour, and the reason why I'm traveling with this film is to meet my fellow Tibetans. It doesn't matter where you come from, which province you come from, which sect you follow, you know, you're all my brothers and sisters, and we've all lost our country together. So I wanted to go around the world, meet the elders, and meet the younger ones, and hug the children, because we're not a small population. I really want this to sink in, especially to all the Tibetans here. We're not a small population. We're a dwindling population. You understand what dwindling means, right? We're dwindling. So it is upon each and every one of us to do whatever it takes to give our best for our cause, for our nation and our people. And this is my small endeavor, my contribution. And I made this film for every single Tibetan. I made it for all the Utsang people. I made it for all the Amdo people. I made it for all the Kamba people. I made it for all the Umelam people. I made it for all the Rinzin people. We're all brothers and sisters. We're all cut from the same cloth. So we need to figure out a way to get along, to make sure we unite and remember who our main nemesis is. It's not even the Chinese people. It is the Chinese government. So we have to be steadfast. We have to be honorable, dignified. And we have to know that it is our birthright to ask for our country's freedom. It is our birthright. Yes, you can clap. So, on behalf, I'm standing in front of you, and I've spent almost 13 years on this project, 10 years research, 3 years in the making. Personally, During the shoot, we had about 300 people, and in post-production, we had about 200 people. So this is a work of 500 people. You know, I was the captain of the ship. But I have been tirelessly working night and day, 18 hours to 20 hours a day, sleeping 4 hours, because I feel this utter sense of urgency to tell our story, to renew our movement, you know, to do whatever it takes to bring some major breakthrough before His Holiness's time is over. I want to do whatever it takes so that when His Holiness, when that day comes, when that unfortunate, sad day comes, I want His Holiness to be so happy and proud that we Tibetans collectively, unified, we did something for our nation like we've never done before. And it is possible. It's possible. So, thank you very much. On behalf of my very tough, lonely journey, I quit my corporate job to pursue my dreams. All Tibetan, you know, family included, everybody thought I was crazy. You know, I started, my style, the way I dress up was very different in the Tibetan community. I used to play guitar, so everybody thought, okay, I was like useless because I became an artist. No, it is so important to have artists in our community. It is so important to have dreamers. So all you elder Tibetans, older Tibetans, you have children, please encourage them to dream. Please encourage them to dream. We desperately need dreamers more than ever before. And all the young Tibetans here, whoever you guys are, wherever you are, I can't see properly, but please make sure you dream. Make sure you dream. It is not going to be easy, because it's not supposed to be easy. It's not supposed to be easy, Namgyal. Please dream. Please dream. And guess what? Protect your dream. Please protect your dream. And I promise you, your dream will guide you. I'm proud to present Chuchikongdruk 4 Rivers, 6 Ranges. Thank you so much. This is your film.
I'd like to make a quick note that tonight's event was facilitated by the Tibetan Relief Fund. And the characters in this movie, the characters in this movie are real people, and some of them live very isolated lives. And it's part of the work of Tibetan Relief Fund that their livelihoods are sustained and that their histories are respected. Because as this movie so beautifully shows, they fought for our country. Now, I'd like to invite the director. This is your one chance to ask him any question. We don't have much time, so I want everyone to keep their questions brief. Think of them now. This is your one chance. So with that, I would like to say, please give it up for Shenpenn Khymsar.
Thank you, Karinche. Thank you. All right, thank you so much for being here. I love seeing all my Tibetan brothers and sisters everywhere around the world. It has been monumental. It has been historical to see so many people come out. If there's anybody who wants to invest $1 million and up in my next future films, let's talk. I don't want donations. But I have about only 30, 40 t-shirts that I designed, 4 Rivers, 6 Ranges. Make sure you buy that.
Well,
all right, 2 questions.
so please raise your hand if you have a question. Anyone at the front, anyone at the back. If not, we're going to move swiftly on because of time. I'm getting that. I'm not seeing a how. Okay, yep. No, wait a minute. No, you got to speak up.
Why do you stand up?
No, it's okay. You can do whatever you want. Just ask the question.
Why did you decide to do the movie in English rather than just fully Tibetan?
Thank you. Why did I make this film in English? I wanted to make this film in Tibetan. Trust me. I genuinely wanted to make this film in Tibetan. But I needed time for that. Because I didn't want to make it in the Tibetan language that we speak in exile. The Dharamsala Tibetan, the TCV Tibetan, the Darjeeling Tibetan, the Shija Tibetan. I didn't want to make a film in that language. I wanted authentic Lithang language people who could speak Lithang, right? All these actors are born in exile, and they all live in America, Canada, Europe, India. And they're all first-time actors, by the way. All first-time actors. Give them a big round of applause. Yes. So, those of you who've followed me and seen my interviews, you probably know under what conditions I've made this film. I had to smuggle the footage out of Nepal into India. Let me just tell you that, and you can imagine everything I went through to make this film. So, I wanted to make it in Tibetan, but I needed somebody who, I needed a dialect coach who could teach Litang, authentic Litang. I needed a dialect coach who could teach Chating. I needed a dialect coach who could teach Bawa. I needed a dialect coach who could teach Amdo. I needed a dialect coach who could teach fluent Raesang language. So for that, you need time and money. And my actors, these are not professional actors. I made them actors, right? So there's only 19 days to shoot the film. Typically, a film like this should at least take 45 to 90 days to shoot. 45 to 90 days. I shot this in record time, 19 days. Because there was, it was supposed to be a covert operation. I shot it 40 kilometers from the border where the Chinese military was doing their drills every day. I took my activism where it belonged. And I made the film there. Recently in Nepal, you guys know the Mountain Film Festival there, right? They had a section, a Chinese, state-funded section in that festival called Shizang Panorama or something, right? This is my response to all of them. This is my response to the Chinese government. And I am absolutely unafraid. I am. So I hope that answers your question. So I thought, okay, my guru, my teacher, Scorsese made Kundun in English. Right? 7 Years in Tibet was made in English. I can probably get away in making it in English too. So I made it in English. So someday, when we have professional actors and when I have shitload of money, I will make it in authentic Tibetan. Thank you. Next question.
I'm afraid because of just time, it's already gone 9 p.m. We'll have to stop, but I really wanted to make time for one quick thing, which is, as you said at the start, this is a project that we did as a volunteer team. Not myself, but a lot of people, and we actually wanted to invite Toksola to give a quick kadak because they volunteered 100% of their time, effort, and they really deserve to be thanked on stage.
Yes. Please give them a big round of applause. All these young volunteers.
Right. So, Chingy. Oh. First of all, how could I forget? I'm so sorry.
It's okay. He's taken me for granted. He's been taking me for granted on WhatsApp a lot. I asked him for 2 seats today for my father, right? And he says, we don't have any seats. And I said, are you serious? You're saying that to the director of the film? But he's a good guy. I know his heart is in the right place. There's a lot of things they have to learn, but it's impressive. Thank you. I am personally not very big fan of all these formalities and VIP cultures and all that. So that's why, but we Tibetans love formalities.
Please, first up, Chingy. Let's go. Sorry, we're just
All right, all you volunteers, come on. Come on.
One by one.
Come on.
Thank you so much. Stay on the stage, stay on the stage. I'm going to do it for you. Yeah. Protect Tibet. Please. Nawala, please. Nawa, please. Aja Kuntang, please. Aja Pedal, please. Udo ones, please. Tawang Hamo. We haven't got much time, but I'd really like everyone on stage for this. Raesang. Raesang. Am I missing anyone? Yeah, great. And Shenpenn, please. Rabga, please. Woo-hoo!
Come. Oh, you guys, come closer. Come closer.
Tenzin, don't hide. I see you. Quick, please.
In the meantime, while he's doing this, if you loved the film, if you think this film was decent enough, if you really genuinely like the film, please share it, talk about it. Because we don't have big publicity budget, I don't have marketing. I did the entire publicity and marketing myself. So your support and your sharing will help. Okay, if you didn't like the film, don't share. I respect that.
Tashi, right now. One more. Camera's right in the middle. Rinzin, can you give us a wave? Rinzin.
Come on. All right, let's give these young guys and girls a big round of applause. Now, this is all formality. Now, Chojo is going to say something to you guys. One word, one sentence. We love wearing khadas and we love all this. But if you really, I know you have so much potential. The real khada is your contribution to the Tibetan cause. Do not forget that. Somebody asked me recently, why are you not in Dharamsala for the Darjeeling Tenshuk? You know, I said, this is my Tenshuk right here.
Kule shuji kyone ane jangal phewa tinde festival famous semba chawdu ane longin de famous yapo sesha dia ane nil roba ngara bebe ki ane bebe thola mise ki chuchi ganju thola ane longye so ane be yapo re ngar tanga ye an phewa shanda sugi din nang sing ona kore so se ni botte ne ane tinde thola ane longye re ane jude khare ne semba ina be yapo yong kare tari tele wate be gauchu kuchna
4RIVERS 6RANGES 데모페하고 스탠다드 하이츠로 아니 할리우드 무비 따지는 오셔서 아니 딱 어떤 비박이 다이렉터, 비박이 프로듀서, 액터, 비박 아니 상관사 굉장히 많다 비박이 지워점기 그것이 무비직 세셔라 항상해요. 그렇잖아.
Tonight in central London we have seen Tibetan filmmaking history. A truly magnificent and inspiring film about something that must never be forgotten, the heroic resistance of Tibetan people who were outmanned, outgunned by an incredibly powerful People's Liberation Army that used all sorts of terrible terror tactics to crush Tibetan people. But what they found is that they may be able to physically take the land of Tibet, but they could never take the soul of Tibet, never take the spirit of Tibet. And Tibetan identity and culture and language, with the will of the Tibetan people inside and outside of Tibet, will never be extinguished, however hard the PLA and the CCP try. So I think we have seen a fabulous film tonight, and I'm very, very happy to be here.
야부초소 아니 셈바초도 롱에 빼마시 야부서샤 아니 나도 롱에데 지코나지 서베날 소웬시다 망고 요마레 디나니 지코랑레 니 ಧ್ಯಾನ시 롱에 소왔다 마이바 아니 코랑게 도와미 토단다 아니 대가나시 디도라 아니 잡는다 네지 잡라 타야 데 슈슈만 나기요레 아니 롱에 추시 간도 치고 마이바 셀롱에 양지 로킹 윙스라 양 파토레 코알레 디네 망고지 저요레 아니 드링 데 롱에데 문에지 텐투분 아니 니 망고지레 문에 파마 심주 파야다 문에 양 그버서 수수 작업 체도다 수수 메리 아니 수수 랑 게이치도 문에지 양 대대 된다 흘러 대바나 양도 이 체실라니 아니 인도도 심지게 롱에제레 샤스웨니 롱에 때마시 셈바초도 아니 사운드트랙도 때마시기 지지 마다지도 아니 보아초게 제레사바 텐지도 셴벨라 투지 셴벨 프로덕션 팀라 투지 제주니
Someone of just laying me lonely, and I'm telling 4RIVERS 6RANGES Tagadi, Shishikando, Tango, Shemila, Tujinang, Piakusha, and moving up the Chamni Sama, and Pibata, and director Pipache. It's a proud moment for all the Tibetans. Finally, Piparang production chair, and Piparang Lomi Chamni Resha, Raesang. I recommend everyone to watch it. Overall, it's a really nice movie. Thank you.
I think this was an incredibly amazing movie. Incredibly made, all with amateur actors, and the story is told so well. So I first met His Holiness the Dalai Lama in 1981, and I've been going back and forth to India ever since, spending much time in Dharamsala. I heard the story of Chishi Gandruk so many times, and this is just a triumph. It's a total triumph, and it gives so much hope that the younger Tibetan people, and many here tonight, will really triumph too, because they need this courage, this clarity, and this determination, as the director said at the end of the film, to go forward and take this energy that you all have with you and really make a difference. And anything can happen, as we do know in history. And I really, really hope that so many people see the film and feel inspired. Thank you so much.
아드모 빼면서 야구도야, 뭐네 빼 야구도 아니 믹스기 베베 치소날 아니 참여자만 배발해샤 아니 다이렉터 브랜드 배발해도 안 디날 사운드 시스템다 아니 아데 뮤직 스페면서 야구루샤 안다도 데모든 다이렉터 라이브 가브라 디시 니마 추고라시면 도와 빼면서 디실 바베지 뭐네 항상 야보소샤 아니 저스들이 마음바다 무비식 셴바시 소고도와 아니 오들이 아니 저스들이 라이
It's very important film for trace back the recent history, and maybe from this powerful story, and they should be continue for next generation for reference recipients. I think they should be more Tibetan film, and people can understand the Tibetan case. Thank you.
The film was incredibly raw, passionate. It showed the years that have passed and where the initial Tibet movement began. It was a resistance, it was the fight for our very survival that was laid down by the members of Chushi Gangduk, and it was shown so beautifully on this film by Shenpenn Khymsar, and I encourage you all to watch this movie.
I think that the movie and Shenpenn has reinvigorated activism again through the movie, through, look at we just saw today how excited the youth were to organise this screening here in Soho, the heart of London, opposite Chinatown. It was 250 seats sold out. They've done an amazing job. So, I think this movie is timely, and it's inspired me, not just the youth, but I think also our older generation. In this movement, sometimes we have our highs and lows, and I think Shenpenn has brought this at a very timely moment when we reflect on His Holiness's 90th birthday, and you know, I'm just thankful that we're hearing these stories. And you know, one thing that I asked a friend in America, what did they think of the movie? And they said, oh, I wish he ended the movie at the end of when His Holiness arrived in India. And I was like, oh, okay. And then when I was watching it, I was like, why should the movie end when he arrived in India? Because the movie is about Chushikandro. The movie is about the people that stayed in Tibet, who continued to resist, to fight for our freedom, for our land, our culture, our language. It's about a resistance, and we must remember that and those people. So thank you, Shenpenn, for reminding us again.
저 루비데 톨라 데모데네 다다보도 보스뉴 마라 근데 데모데 페 거우충소 아니 가란서시나 나데 베베 토바지 내가 지금 집에 릴리프 한다지 아니 한쪽이나 추식 간쪽이 다 갱고다 내가 나도 제라 내가 프로젝트를 먹고요 아니 딜레톤에 데모데 톤에다 인지 미마다 먹고슬라 고도베 톨라 페 페도야 보충소 아니 상만님들의 좀 지어들라 아니 거우를 주소 아니 데모 송에다 랭이 상마 티체 쇼이야 잖아 네 아나기 가서 주식한다기 때문에 저와 저기다 데이터 모두 주식한다기 플러스 비아발에 가는 이거 올라가지가 이제 수치 Director Frankie coming on the Bala, the Shangezula, Dixie, the evolution of the research for Canada, the Shuna, Dixie, the Shangezula, the kitchen, and the Lobjo, the Super Karaoke, the Bedrola, Chakawati, Kitchen, the Karaoke, Chushusha, so the Bala, and the Raja, which is Chichilla, and the captain Madrid, social monkey. To do the Chetty, the play, that's what she should say. Let's take it at a not move that Pamachati, so that they can argue who in the Yashimata, the honey, Bronze,
We've just wrapped on the UK premiere of 4 Rivers, 6 Ranges. I'm a mix of emotions. It's been a roller coaster. I'm happy, I'm tired. There's so much adrenaline in my body, but I want to first of all say thank you to you. If you came today, you made this whole premiere a success, not just with your wallet paying for this expensive cinema. It's the first time, I believe, we've shown a Tibetan movie in Curzon, Soho, which is opposite Chinatown. It's in Chinatown. Our neighbor is the Bank of China. That all comes with a cost, and your ticket made that possible. For me, I took this on as a student. I'm still a university student at the London School of Economics, and it comes out of a bit of youthful, sort of naivety, I'd say. We started a few months ago with the idea that why not show this here? It's been shown in Minnesota, Boston, all over America, France, all over Europe. Why not London? Sometimes our community is not belittled, but it's described as small. That's not true. Today we sold out every ticket, and that's just the first of many more events that I want to organize. My team, and I say team because the first step to, I think the reason why this worked, is I called up the people I've worked alongside with VTAG, SFT, the Gule, everyone that I have depended on. I called them and I said, I want to do this and I need your help. And I think that humility, knowing that I couldn't do it myself, was really a key point of this being, first of all, functioning. There's so much work that one person can never do by themselves. Second point I'd like to make is I had the support of Shenpenn and also Doje Raesang, the partners who put this film together. Without them, we're just a group of students. Thirdly, I want to thank specifically Londonney, Ngawang and Rinzin. They helped so much because this event isn't only a success in person now, but we've commemorated it in a video that will last forever. I'd like to also mention that a lot of the audience today were Inji, and in fact a large size were Chinese. That to me is a personal success. I believe that the events that we hold and we spend so much of our volunteering time on shouldn't just be an echo chamber of Tibetans seeing other Tibetans and then knowing all the Tibetans before they even go on. There's no surprises. It's great and it's good that we preserve, but let's be ambitious, let's preserve and expand. So I would love to hear from some of the Inji people because they probably have never heard of the Chushi Gangduk. They might have heard of the peaceful aspects of our culture and history, but today we showed that we're brutal, that we can really fight. And I want to also say that this is raw. We made a lot of mistakes. That ambulance is real. Me being on stage, being frightened was real. Me not quite knowing what to do when we sold out and people were calling me on the phone was real. And yet, thanks to my team, thanks to Ngawang, thanks to so many others, I feel good. Nothing failed. If anyone has any feedback, all I take from that is the positive. What I have on my side is my youth. No matter what happens, my initiative, my incentives are pure, and I know that the result is one thing, but the motivation was always there. My Amla, again, I can't have done this without her. Amla, thank you so much. The home being a quiet place is just the most important thing, and I'm very grateful and privileged to have such a peaceful home for me to expand and do all this volunteering work. Now we're outside, the crowd is still here. I don't think many people want to leave because we know this is quite a precious night. We can't afford these very often, but I'll end on this. This movie is amazing. It's the one chance Tibetans have to say that not only are we peaceful, but we are human. Sometimes we get written down as amazing people, and it's kind of weird to accept those compliments when at the same time we fight. Not only we fight, we're a warrior people. Again, one last thing, you can tell this is raw. Sikyong paid a visit. Out of his busy day, 2.5 days in the UK, he had a 9-hour journey that was delayed a further 5 hours from Dharamsala, and yet he still showed up here, sat through some of the movie, made a presence on the stage. That is leadership from the top down. He sets the standard. If he's not there today, maybe I'll think I might not be there tomorrow at another event. But no, he shows up, so why can't I? Thank you again. I'll see you at the next one. Tujana.